Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. You know, I just realized something very interesting. Thank you, Krishna. You know, this is what took down Prabhupada's movement. Is he had these disciples? They were like that. They had this side. They really loved Prabhupada. See, but they had this other side that couldn't be addressed, and Prabhupada knew that. He didn't address it because it's too big. You know, too many had this. They loved Prabhupada, but they had this strong desire to be guru, strong desire to take over, strong desire to undermine. It just automatically, because they're contaminated, and that's the shadow side. It's always in the shadows. Even when Lord Chaitanya left, it was in the shadows, this stuff in people. This is where it says, when the Acharya was here, there is one opinion. And then when that goes for all, whenever there is a real purified devotee, empowered, there's this, it splits off into, there's the ones who have the wrong opinions, but they seem to have the right because they all agree and everything. But then when the Acharya leaves, then it splits off. Then you have the sincere disciples, and then you have the others who have another opinion. You notice? You could see that here. So, you know, before I don't have to, you know, I'm not leaving and this all happening, and then everything gets mixed up. You know, you wonder, why is that? But we thought we were all on the same page. And then you see these people coming out of the woodwork that were in there, and they actually had a different opinion. They're just holding it in the shadows. See? So actually, this is coming out of the shadows, this other opinions and other ideas and all that stuff, you know, holding on really tight to them. See? And that's why this is the cutting it down. You know, so that's their only real hope, and real hope for what we're doing, really. You know, and everybody needs to get really clear about that. You know, really clear of that. This is that the other false followers are the ones who, you know, they appear, they're also devotees and this and that, but not really, not yet. They got to be purified. So, yeah, I did. I blocked you, and I'm going to block you from that because I'm tired of those kind of comments. I'm tired of all of that stuff. This side is going to be cut out. No more confusion. You know, go ahead there, River. Yeah, maybe we'll just do an Istagosti and get this clear.
He says that you're just using him as an example, and that he can carry on doing what he's doing, and you're using him as an example. And so, and he finds it funny, and he says that, you know, you laugh when you say it, and he's not taking it seriously at all, because you're using him as an example.
Have you seen me laughing? He's saying that, but you
not
believe
today.
it.
I haven't. No.
Have you? Yeah. Let's just talk about today. Today is the only thing. It's today. You know.
He just says you're putting it on.
Well, in a sense, you're right. He's right. I'm using him as an example. But what, you know, so yeah, of course it's an example. Isn't it something we need to learn from? You know, now I actually, from this, I'm seeing what happened to Prabhupada's movement. I seen what happened. As soon as he left, the other side took over. The other ones that were in the background, in the shadows. And, you know, like Tamal Krishna and all these, they love Prabhupada in some way. And they helped him and all that stuff. But then this other side came over and took over. See, they were, you know, and that's what we're left with. You know, all that control stuff, and you know, everything gets contaminated in that way. So anyway, I'm just dealing with the head on now, because I just keeps, you know, this keeps popping up, this stuff, and he keeps saying these things over and over and over again. Nothing changes for 5 years. It's a tough thing, you know. And by the way, depression is not a bad thing, especially when you're been overactive. Now, you know, I've been studying a little bit of this. A lot of people who are overactive, they're always running all over the place like this, and they were staying away from themselves. When they stop, they get depressed. Yeah, that's called deep rest. They need that deep breath to really let the stuff come up where they can start to be aware what the hell's going on inside the shadows there. They're always running away. Karuna's always all over the place, going here and doing this and and going over the top. And so then now when he doesn't do the drugs and stuff, then he has to sit with himself. That's why people, it's not a bad thing. The people in the pharmaceuticals, they do things just to put everything on hold. If you're in the right situation with the right understanding, then you could sit with it and get through it. So, if you think, like he thinks, well, maybe I need to smoke some pot so I can get over this depression. It's not, see, it's not to get over it.
I don't think he's smoking any drugs, Maharaj. It's just food.
Okay, well, whatever.
It's the sugar, the material sugar that he's getting this high from and this energy from. And he's just going around, like you say, he's going around. I did that study myself where it says people who do this, they're not growing. And they get depressed because they're not growing as well. So they just they get depressed like this. And but Karuna's just completely in denial, and he won't have it. He just won't have it that he's doing, because he's praising you and he's sharing you and he's doing all of that stuff for you.
Yeah. But there's this other side, and it's undermines stuff. I'd rather not have it than I'd rather him get in touch with this and just be really straight and not having a conflicting thing, the Judas thing, with the, oh, I love you, and then you get the knife in the back, you gotta get over that. And this kind of preaching, we're preaching love of God here. You see, we're not preaching, I don't want this in the back, thing for everybody, I watched your class this morning. I see the whole thing, and I say, yeah, that's been going on here too. It's just, anyway, this is just what Krishna's inspiring me to do. I'm just doing it, and let's see what happens, Well, the truth is never learned about. Anyway, I'm not even gonna, I've had enough of, until I see you're serious and getting clear, and not just always, and then your mind going always into this misunderstanding things about, Radha and Krishna and all that. And, so I don't even want to be looking. I might just stop you from even commenting, because I don't know, man. Do you guys find it useful, his comments over there?
No, not at all, Guru Maharaj.
Not at all. Yeah, I'm starting to, so in a sense, River was right. In a sense, maybe I shouldn't have tolerated so much. I should have just, just be done with it. Let him sit with his feelings and get really clear. He's got you there. He sees you're the role model for him. He sees you're serious. You really want this. He's got to become, like following your footsteps and the footsteps of people becoming real devotees. Otherwise they just take this into their grave. All these persons like that in ISKCON, they're going to die like that. They'll die with that stuff. And it gets worse because they've been growing that. That's cultivating those weeds. They become gurus and they go on that trip, and then the weed gets really strong. So anyway, he's got you as a role model. He can watch you. And when he starts following in that, being really sincerely hearing, if he gets his, that's, everybody has their individual struggle. But I also have to, I have a thing to do here. I have to stay on course also. I have to take care of, I have to have boundaries about in certain ways. We have a lot of preaching we're doing, sharing, this is a very deep level. And he's got you over there. He can watch your progress and go through whatever he needs to go through. And because I disagree with your concept. I will speak. I'm not a yes man. I know, and you disagree a lot, and that's fine. So go disagree. Go and agree with somebody else, because it doesn't change. It's not like you change your mind. It's always the same. I just have my idea, because that what's inside wants to come and take. You want to be guru. You've always wanted to be guru. You've always had that, just like your guru had that. He always wanted to be guru. And I remember, I don't know, maybe it's still like that. You like to listen to him. Does he still like to listen to that guru?
He he goes back at certain points and listens to him, but not that I
Yeah,
know
but
of on a
does he
regular
like
basis.
it? Does he get juice from that? Does he get life from that? That's the main
He
thing.
can see the shortfalls in his guru. He can see that. He just thinks we're all weak. And it's like he said that it's true, because you spoke about it earlier on about when we listen to you, our I'm going to use these words, so forgive me. Our bad weeds, they start growing at the same time as our real self. They start growing, and as we keep listening to you, they will go. Those weeds will be pulled out more and more. He's saying that we have two people in us, two, and one's good, and it's like one's good and one's bad. For me, we have to transcend those things.
Well,
Transcend.
we have the, yeah, and that's what you do. I mean, he's right. There's two parts because he's got two parts too. See, like this part, I hate to have all these weak people around me. See, he considers submissiveness weakness. And
Me.
so many Mayavadis do the same thing. They look at us and they think being submissive to Guru, Vaishnavas, and Krishna is a sign of weakness. No, it's a sign of intelligence.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you've got to, if you're not submissive to Krishna's spiritual potency, which Guru and the real Guru and the real Vaishnavas and the real Radha and Krishna represent, now you can be part of that. Otherwise, you're part of being submissive to Maya. That's submissive to Maya. You think you're over that. That's false ego. False ego thinks I'm not submissive. You are submissive. She's got you. Thinking like that, thinking that that's, you know, like, oh, you don't need anybody, you know. you're okay alone, and that's the idea, you know. No, we're never. You're either dependent on Maya's bullshit like that, or you come to the real truth. The real truth is the Vaishnavas in the spiritual world and here are submissive to the spiritual potency represented by the real Guru and the real Vaishnavas. I'm not submissive to these gurus because Krishna is only submissive to loving devotees. Why should I be any different than my I can't even say father now, my intimate friend? He's like that. I'm like that too. You know, everybody, all devotees they're submissive to the spiritual potency, not the material potency. The material potency is for those who are submissive to it, even though they think they're not. You know, but that's all illusion. Everyone is. We're built. We're jiva. We're built to surrender. You either surrender to Maya or you surrender to Krishna's spirit. So if you do that, see, they see this as a sign of weakness. This is contamination. So anyway, it is what it is. You can have your opinion, but it's a different one. Yeah, you're right. And that opinion has got to go. Either that or you go with that opinion. You know, that's what people do. They leave, they follow their opinions. You know, their opinions control them. Yeah, my opinion controls me too. I love the book Bhagavad. I love conclusive truth. Yeah, that's going to control me. But that ain't conclusive. Well, it's conclusive, that's illusion. So that's why people they follow their opinions. If they don't change, they're just very, you know, strong in it, very identified with it. It's fine. Okay, but it's, you know, I'm just distance. You know, especially in this kind of preaching. We're here, you know, for if people are real devotees, you know, they're meant to hear the good news. If you don't, you're going to get the sauce. Like now, this is the, you know, you either get the club or you get the. I mean, I don't need to do this with Lalita or you. Maybe sometimes, but usually you guys are, you know, you're listening and you're getting it. You know, you can just hear the good news, right? Isn't it nice? The good news is ecstatic.
You do it for my benefit, and I see that. I see that I need certain things to just push me out of something, out of the way I am, because and I see that because it's happened a few times now, and it's moved me forward. And I see you doing that too. I see that with Karuna. It's So we're gonna he's gonna get his own place. So he's gonna have his own place, and hopefully that
Yeah,
will.
I mean, you know,
Disturbing me. Disturbing
he's
me.
got to. Everybody's got to be themselves. Not everybody is built for this. like he may have another path for him, or maybe later he'll but it's, I don't want just people that, hey, I don't want to just be a yes man, and I have my own opinion. I'm going to be with this. I'm never going to change it. Well, fine, then go and do your path. It's your life, man. But it's not my life.
Yeah.
My word, is here to go in. And if it doesn't go in, it's not going to bear fruit. Therefore, this is the fruit, is ecstatic love of God. If he's not interested in that, okay, go keep your opinion. Go where you want, man. Go wherever you want. This is the word coming out here. If it's going to fall on like stones, what good is it? It's not good for here or anybody, because you don't care. You don't care about this. You want your own opinion. You have and that's fine. Go ahead, have your own opinion. The Bhagavatam is here to get into. It's not like my opinion. You guys can check if it's my opinion, right? Don't I tell you? Go look at the book. Is it Prabhupada's opinion? There's some little things because he was preaching too, but basically the heart of the matter is in the verses and the word for words. And what is the heart of everything? So. Yeah. So anyway, this is what's coming. It's good. It gets clear. You bring it out to light. We get it clear. Let's put the everything on the table here. What is he? Thinking you are strong. Yeah, that's it. Others are weak. Yeah, that's a kind of a demoniac quality. This arrogance. That's what they think. Might is right thing. Yeah. See, you think I'm so intelligent. That's what it is I think I'm so I'm more intelligent than them. They're just little wimps. They're so submissive and all that. But look who's more ecstatic. The bottom line is, okay, Lalita's submissive and River's submissive, but look how they have real ecstasy because of it. See, they're following the real path. They get rewarded with that, right? So, but about you, what's your reward? See, by being like you are. Do you like? I don't like the reward. To me, I don't find that. The reward of you being, well, you guys are just, I got my opinion. Well, look at where's your real ecstasy? I don't see you going up and doing videos like River or Lalita in ecstasy or hearing in ecstasy, even if you're not doing videos or something. I see more of a challenging mood. So if you like that, fine. But I don't find that attractive. And I don't find that beneficial for, keep, all this stuff and never changing. 5 years, same thing. Have you seen that? It's more or less the same.
There is, there's definitely, it's covering up some kind of trauma. It's really covering up some kind of trauma, Maharaj. And I've really kind of seen this. And he's just acting out because that trauma is coming up. It's coming up more, and he's really, really acting out. I can see that he is purifying. His anger is coming out. I'm finding that kind of difficult, but I can get over it again and again and again. But it's like, those words that you use, the last snare, and then the Maya just comes so strong. So strong, and then you can all see that recently it comes so strong recently, and that's what it seems to be showing at the moment.
So you can't help not to grow in this situation. See, so it's a careful hand. Prabhupada used a really nice term, really appropriate. Carefully handling of the fire. See, because there's fire here, and sometimes it could be too much for us who we're doing, too much for him, so careful handling might be taking some space, getting your own place, living because, we got to be ourselves. If you're, I don't want him to be dishonest with it. He's got to, if he really feels that way and believes that, he should, that's his belief, and that people have a right to it, but I don't have a right to, I have a right to my beliefs and what I stand for. So, and that might mean distance. I deal with people all the time like this here in this world, and that's why, we appropriate distance. That's part of being a real devotee is you have to maintain proper boundaries and relationships and distances with different types of people, because to give them respect for who they are and what they are. So I try to do that also with him. But sometimes a little bit of, I don't know, just comes out. But, so yeah, so kind of like, try to, careful handling of the fire. That's all I can figure out here. See, we are not yes man. Let's see what else we got here. Yeah. Just some just keep on hiding behind traumas. Yeah. Yeah, and it is painful. It's not easy. Traumas are a difficult thing. They come up in spiritual life. They're meant to come up. They come up and come out. That's they're yeah. So like when he gets over, see the thing is they conflicted. Everybody more or less has conflicted, more or less. So that's the thing is confronting the conflicts and bring them into an integration of what's going on. You intelligently like say, oh, okay, that's trauma, and you start letting it go. Stuff. Takes time. Okay, anything else?
He is following the path in the sense because this trauma is coming up. All these things are coming out, and he kind of needs a safe place to be able to come out. And it's raging out, like you say, it's raging out. But he won't believe it. It's like an alcoholic won't admit that they're an alcoholic.
Mm-hmm. Well, okay, yeah. And it started, the process it's already started. So, whatever way to manage it, it's kind of like managing the process so that we're not overwhelmed by it, because of our, we're trying to, get into this and he's not overwhelmed with being suppressed and all that. So he can you might need your own place and be yourself. He'd probably feel better too, feel like, like he can be free, Everybody, you can be more. I mean, we gotta, we live in our own space and consciousness.
Yeah.
Try to do it in a way that works.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not into a cookie cutter thing too. That's one of the faults of Vaishnavism in religion is everybody's got to, I remember being in the air, you got to be exactly the same as what you can't be any different. Type thing. Yeah. Still, the bottom line is we have a group of people like of the same mind set. They're in the same mind, the same mood. Then it works. Yeah. So anyway, I think Karuna will get there. It's just a matter of time, just time and purification and all that, because he's got that other side, like you see,
Yeah.
So we're just, and maybe this is just speeding up the process here a little bit. All right. Okay. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Just chant a little bit. I got to use the restroom. Be right back. I'm going to switch. Oh, I'll wait a minute till I come back here.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Yeah, this person, Sandai, said something interesting, worth noting. Seeing your ecstasy as my ecstasy, that is very dependent approach. Attachment to the transcendental Krishna is okay and coming on this page. Attachments to an artist is not. Yeah. Well, anyway, that's when, see, Lord Chaitanya locked the door, and he had just people that were his devotees and intimate friends. They were open, so they could catch his ecstasy, because that's how he taught. But if there's persons with other, if they had other opinions, like even in the family members, like there was the mother-in-law, she obviously had another opinion, and it would cause a problem for the ecstatic, everybody to be, kind of go up into the ecstasy and relish it. And so he said, why don't I feel the ecstasy today? Why don't I? And it was the mother-in-law that was sitting there. So Srivas grabbed him by the head and threw him out, threw her out, and all of a sudden the ecstasy of the Lord came back. See, so because the Lord, I mean, the devotees here are, we accept the Lord, we accept this ecstasy, we accept being submissive, and submissive to the truth. We like to hear conclusive truth. I mean, as I say, you can check it. He could check it too, but he's, still doesn't. See, he has another opinion, therefore he can't see the truth like we do. See, he's not purified. So he sees something else. This is the whole problem in ISKCON and all these other. They see something else. See, they see whatever they are inside, the contamination. Like, that's the thing I said with the Narayan Raj thing. He's looking at what? He's looking at the same scriptures, right? What is he seeing? Renunciation, austerities. See, this is considered a contamination for the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. See? And so he preaches that. And that, that's just his thing. That's his opinion. Okay? His opinion is not my opinion is the mercy of Lord Chaitanya. I'm a recipient of that mercy. Why shouldn't I preach it? Why? He shows that to me. That's why Prabhupada came to me. So, okay, you're a recipient of Lord Chaitanya's mercy. Now share that. You can see how it's distributed. You're a distributor now. Distribute it. So I preach that. He preaches the old many lifetimes thing. I preach, hey man, I'm a distributor of the mercy. Prabhupada even authorized it. Krishna also. So why shouldn't I just distribute the mercy? If anybody hears and believes it, and receives the mercy. I mean, what could Karuna, if he got clear of that, all he have to do is really from his heart receive the mercy and believe it, but because he has another opinion, so he's got to struggle with that. That's why he's not really ecstatic. It's some imitation thing like his other guru did. See, so you got more of the real thing, and it's still mixed in with your conditioning coming out, and more it'll become more steady. Just like Lalita, she had her conditioning was mixed in a little bit with little different things, and now it's more steady and more clear. You see, more clear, more, and it just goes like that. See, so just seeing your ecstasy, yeah. So anyway, if this preaching bears fruit very quickly in those who are just, some people are just, who knows why they are just like that, like Amy, she just takes it in, right, and is lifted up, and she doesn't have this fighting problem, fighting it, so it's a joy to be. I mean, it's a joy to be. Otherwise I feel like I'm with like little babies, I gotta, they're passing stool, like Karuna's passing stool and peeing all over the place, and they got to clean it up. I don't like cleaning up that stuff. Well, let these other guys do it. I never liked babies too much. They're too babyish. I let River clean them. You clean them up, man. Wipe his little stool and stuff because you're married to the guy.
I will say just this, Maharaj, that's what's making me go a bit back and forth.
Yeah. I know
what is happening.
Yeah.
So
I seen that. Yeah. I was watching. I could see that in your videos. Yeah. Anyway, it is what it is. So, what do you say are those scratch marks on Radha's chest?
I don't think that Sandaram is Sandaram. It's Karuna as well.
Oh, Karuna. Yeah, I could tell right already.
No, that's me. That's me.
Oh, that's you. Yeah, scratch marks on. Yeah, I mean, a lot of these stuff are metaphors. They're metaphors. You got to understand that. scratch marks. It's like, on her chest. What's in the chest is the heart. It's love. I mean, take things too literally. It's just like um, poking the eyes out. Of this guy poked his eyes out. Yeah, maybe that happened. Maybe not. Maybe poking the eyes out is stop looking at the friggin' Maya and just, you don't need your eyes to see Krishna. There's so many metaphorical things. People have poked their eyes out. People, use snakes in their Christian rituals because it's in the Bible. You're not killed by snakes if they bite you. So they go and they got to play with snakes. No, snakes also are the two-legged variety. When you become a self-realized soul, you see all these things. You see, oh yeah, snakes, man. That's some of these gurus talk about snakes, man. That's these Brahmins. That's these Pharisee types. Didn't Jesus call them vipers? So why wouldn't they use that in the Bible? Makes sense. He called them vipers. Yeah, watch out for those. I'd rather be bitten by a snake than by some of these guys. The snake only can kill you in this life. They can, cause you trouble for a long time. You got to take another birth, and you're still in that consciousness that you got from poison by. A snake just bites you and your body dies, but you're not changed in consciousness. But these snakes can change your consciousness, and many lifetimes you might have to suffer from that. See, so and even Jesus said, don't worry about those who can kill the body, but those who can kill the soul. What does that mean? You can't kill the soul. What does that mean? Well, that's why, people's only really recourse when they get intelligence, you got to hear from somebody who knows Krishna, who is a self-realized soul, and Krishna informs them these very deep things. I could never know this on my own. Jesus could know it. He knew on his own. He even said, of myself, I could do nothing. Of himself, he could know nothing. Because that's how it is. When you have this link again with God, with the transcendental Lord, he protects you. He's just like Bhagavad Gita 10:10, again and again and again. A new angle, always is another angle on the same thing. To those who worship Krishna, God, with loving ecstasy, I give them the understanding and them the real knowledge. See, to see the metaphors, see where it fits and all that stuff. You got to be a super genius, more smart than Einstein to figure this stuff out. Then that's why if you don't think you need a bona fide guru, you're more or less insane. Really. You'll never find your way back to Godhead on your own. You got to go through the door. The door is the person really genuinely connected with the Lord and is informed, and they inform you. That's called mercy. That's called Sri Guru. That's the kind of guru you need. That's why it works here. See, anything that's needed, the Lord informs so that we can. It's his pleasure to get us back as quick as possible. He's doing it this way, Everything, all the ducks are in a row. People can get back to Godhead, because once this disappears, the path can go dormant again for 550 years. And then you're just born as a cowboy and you waste your life away, or you're born in the Middle Ages in a pub, drinking, and you die for another 500, and who knows, maybe for you it might be 1,000,000 years, 1,000,000 lifetimes. But right now this is here. That's why Jesus was so adamant. That's why I'm so adamant. Because it's here now. The door is open, man. What the Lord gives me, I'm giving you guys without holding back. So if that's why, Karuna, if you're in that mood, we're all yes men. Well, fine, man. You can check all this stuff in the scriptures too. Yeah. See, all that stuff. Yeah. Anyway, I don't want to do. Yeah. Go ahead there, Lalita.
Yeah, I experienced that in many talks with other devotees as well. Karuna calls you now an impersonal. It's because you talk about metaphors. They want it literally. They really want to hear about sex between Radha and Krishna, talking about the bum and etc. and the breast and blah, blah, blah. They want to see them as ordinary people because it makes it easy for them, like toddlers.
Yeah.
Toddlers, they don't want to grow up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's only the historical thing. You don't see it represents metaphors also. Not to say it didn't happen historically. That is there, but the point is the teaching. The point, the Lord does things to teach things because it's very important. That's the pastimes. So you got to see the esoteric metaphorical understanding of it too. You know, so that's the important thing, because basically, even though Radha and Krishna may have had bodies, they did have bodies here. Even Lord Chaitanya had a body. Still, it's about the spiritual body, not the material body. If your mind is so, anyway, materialistic persons and even devotees, their mind goes there. They got contamination, just like Karuna. He's always it's the mind of sex, sex, sex. He's really into that. Just really lusty guy, you know, just totally, because his guru was like that. He still got that. He goes back and still listens. Okay, fine. That's fine for him. You do what you want to do, but I can be distant from that. Even you could see all these things, you believe this and then, okay, there's no room for this word. See, fine. Okay, I see this is a barren tree right now. You got shit to get out, and you believe, I don't want you to come in here. I don't need you to come in here and take over. This is no, see, even I spend all this time here, which is actually valuable. People need to know this. We need to know this. But I don't look at you. You have a different opinion. You think I'm an impersonalist and all that. That's basically what you think. There's your offenses. No wonder you can't chant in ecstasy. This is not impersonalism. This is very personal. Scratching the chest is on the spiritual body. Yeah, so I'm scratching too.
It's the exchange, this deep, ecstatic exchange.
Yeah.
But they can't think highly.
No, they
No
can't.
high thinking because there is no ecstasy, so they've got to wait and stop their criticism and saying that you're.
And so even in here, see, you have to come to the point to submissive hearing. So whatever it takes to understand that, that's what it comes. The best you can see Karuna is here. You won't be ecstatic, and all the devotees are, because they're getting through their own opinions and understanding things on the more deeper level. You're holding on to these things. You're saying, no, this is the way it is, and I don't believe you. And okay, fine. Just Jesus even saw that there's no room for his word with Lord. It's always like that. Some people, there is room for their word, and see, when there's room for the word, what happens? It bears fruit. What kind of fruit? Devotion, ecstatic devotion. That's all it's really about for me. What else? To me, that's all there is. That's the only real thing in this world. This other stuff, all these, things about scratching the breasts and having sex. You want to have sex with Radha, and basically that's in your mind. That's what I told you. This happens. Even Narayan Raj, that one, he's a sannyasi and a guru, man. And he's talking about this, the same thing Karuna's talking about. Same thing, about penises and having sex, and they're having sex and all that. That's contamination, man. I don't, that's why we're going to deal with that here. I'm not going to die here, and that's going to be polluting this Sangha like that's polluting theirs. You see how that is? They're preaching what Karuna's preaching. They're having sex and all that stuff, just like Gadadhar Pran. See, there he believes that. You see his deities, Gadadhar, a guy, like that, physically, and people look at that and he's basically saying, "See, Lord Chaitanya was really they were having sex together," and they told him he's probably a homosexual too. Who knows? Maybe. I don't know. People project their stuff, you never know. Get out of maybe he's trans, maybe he was conditioned by this trans stuff they do in schools. I don't know, man, Who knows, man? It's very frustrating to sense some qualities, but you are 2 fingers short. Yeah. There you go again, impersonalists. Yeah. You see, that's your opinion. It's, there were, Madhavendra Puri had two examples of disciples. One was Ramachandra Puri, who's like this. He wanted to instruct his guru. See, he thought he knew better than his guru. See? So that's there it is, And he became just a fault finder, and he never progressed to ecstatic devotion like Ishvara Puri, who was submissive to his guru. He loved his guru. He accepted his guru. He believed in his guru. Just now, that was his nature. Anyway, this destiny, So that's your destiny, Karuna. You can change it. It can change. Well, you can't change it, but the Lord can change it if you desire it to change, somehow or other. Yeah, if you start, repentance comes from the heart. Like, fie on me, man. What a fool I am. Can't accept the merit. If that ever comes to your heart, because you're just, a big fool. Smart enough to come here, but, I got to deal with it now. So that's okay. We're all big fools, but hey, when the Lord gives you the intelligence to just surrender in the right place, and have the right understanding, that's what saves us, man. Isn't that, you see how important the right understanding is? Krishna didn't have to give Lalita right understanding, or River, right? He could give her your kind of understanding. I guarantee you they wouldn't be ecstatic. It's because of you see how important understanding is and real knowledge is? See, because if you don't have it, you can't get the ecstasy. This is a new revelation. I'm also getting. So I'll thank you for Karuna for that, because I'm talking about this. I'm seeing how important this knowledge is. So maybe you'll benefit too. See, now I was wondering, where does it fit in, this knowledge? Now I see. See, it keeps us on the beam. Because Lalita say if she had the ecstasy, right? We've had some like that, right? Well, look at Christina. She had some ecstasy. It was nice, kind of nice, right? But the knowledge, see, she had a different opinion. What happened? Psh, off. See? So the knowledge and the ecstasy is very important. Also, Arjai was like that. Remember, he had some ecstasy, but had a different opinion. Psh, off. And started to try to take things down here from the back, from the back end, Now, I heard about it later, Yeah. So you see, it's important. Satchidananda, you need the knowledge and the understanding and the ecstasy. That's why Prabhupada wrote the books. So important, huh? That helped me. I had the ecstasy right from the beginning. I just needed a good understanding. I just need to study the book to steady everything, get it solid, and get some life experience, see those who didn't quite have it. Yeah. So anyway, that's something to think about. I'm going to contemplate some of that more too. How it fits in with a lot of other things, these other teachers too. Yeah. We're really lucky. Really lucky. Really lucky. Really, really lucky, man. Wow. This is worth spending a little time on today. I wouldn't have to be a fault finder if there weren't so many bloody faults. Boy, he keeps putting them. That's good. Dude. Get it out, man. Put it on the table. What's on your mind? So that's good in that sense. Put it on the table. You get to see. Okay, that's what's coming out. All right, good. Get there. It's frustrating to sense some qualities, but you are 2 fingers too short. Yeah. Okay. Oh yeah, I'm gonna try the internet now to see, because they just fixed it, but it wasn't working so good. Let's try. I'm gonna switch it over. Okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
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 Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Rama
Krishna.
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Rama Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hare Hare Krishna Hare
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama
Yeah,
Rama
we'll
Hare
just chant. You keep your things on. We'll just chant together for a little bit. Again, I'm using my own internet. The thing is not working very good.
we
Hare Krishna.
unmute ourselves or mute it?
No, you can unmute yourself.
Unmute,
Hare
okay.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Rama Rama Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hare Hare
Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Rama Hare Hare
Oh my God.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama, Rama Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Rama,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama Rama,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama,
Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama,
Rama,
Hare
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 Rama,
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Krishna Hare
Hare Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare
Hare Hare,
Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Rama, Hare Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare
Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
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 Krishna, Hare
Hare,
Krishna,
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama,
Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna,
Krishna,
Hare Hare,
Hare
Rama,
Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Hare
Rama,
Hare,
Rama,
Rama Rama, Hare Hare,
Rama Rama,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram.
Hare Krishna.
Hare
Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram, Hare Ram,
Ram,
Rama
Ram,
Rama
Hare
Ram,
Hare,
Ram, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare Ram,
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare,
Hare Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama
Krishna,
Rama Hare Hare Krishna
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Krishna,
Hare
Krishna,
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Ram, Hare Ram,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Ram,
Hare
Hare Hare.
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna,
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 Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare Ram,
Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Ram,
Krishna,
Hare Ram, Ram,
Krishna
Ram, Hare
Hare
Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Ram,
Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Rama Rama Hare
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 Ram,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare
Ram,
Krishna
Hare
Ram,
Krishna, Hare
Hare.
Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama 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 Hare
Krishna,
Krishna Hare
Krishna,
Krishna
Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram,
Hare 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 Hare
Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama
Hare
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Almost
Hare
done.
Hare Krishna
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare Ram, Hare Ram, 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 Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna Hare Krishna Johan should come on. Hare Krishna Hare Where's Johan?
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Yes, yes.
Hare Ram, Hare
Thank
Ram,
you,
Ram,
Bill.
Ram, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. It's almost Sunday, the day that we usually meet. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama. I'm sorry. Did I say something wrong? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Oh,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
what did you
Rama.
say about Johan?
Sorry?
What did you say about Johan?
That I also was. You said it sounds like Johan, or you
No, I
have
said
to.
Johan should come on and join us.
Yes, yes, and I was also thinking about Johan, and Sunday is usually the day we meet. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Stay with the chanting, man. You're getting ecstatic. That's
Yeah, yeah.
stop. Don't worry about Johan, man. He has enough fun.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna, Hare
Krishna,
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare
Hare
Rama, Hare
Rama.
Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Hare Krishna,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Hare,
Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hare
Rama
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare,
Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama.
Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare,
Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama, Hare Rama.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Hare
Hari
Rama, Rama
Krishna
Rama, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare
Rama Rama
Hare
Hari Hari
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna
Hare
Hari Krishna
Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama,
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Rama Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Hare
Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Hare
Hari
Rama,
Hari Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Krishna
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Krishna Krishna Hari
Hare
Hari
Hare,
Hari
Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama
Rama
Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare,
Hari 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 Krishna
Rama
Hari
Rama Hari
Hare
Hari
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna
Krishna
Krishna,
Krishna
Krishna
Hari
Krishna.
Hari Hari Rama Rama
Rama
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Ah.
Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari
Ah.
Hari Krishna
Ma Hare
Krishna
Krishna, Hare
Krishna Hari
Krishna,
Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna,
Rama Hari
Hare
Rama
Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Rama
Rama.
Rama Hari Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Krishna.
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Krishna
Hari
Krishna
Rama
Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Rama Rama Hari
Rama
Hari
Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Krishna Hari Hari Hari
Krishna Krishna Hari Hari
Ah.
Rama
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Rama
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna Krishna Krishna
Hare
Hari
Krishna,
Hari Hari
Hare
Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Rama Hare. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Oh,
Krishna
my
Krishna,
God.
Rama Rama Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama
Hare
Rama.
Krishna Hare Krishna
Ma Hare Krishna, Hare
Hare
Krishna,
Rama Hare
Krishna
Rama
Krishna, Hare Hare,
Rama
Hare
Rama
Rama.
Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna
Hare
Krishna Krishna
Krishna,
Hare
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 Krishna,
Hare
Krishna
Rama Hare
Krishna,
Rama
Hare
Rama Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Rama
Hare
Hare.
Krishna 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 Maharaj, if you're there, Lalita wants to come on. Hare Krishna Hare Krishna
Ah, ah, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Ah, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Tha. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Ma Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Oh, I have to open the window.
Hare Rama, Rama Hare. Na Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. I feel helpless. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Na Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare
Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Rama Rama
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Krishna Hare Rama Hare
Hare
Rama
Rama, Rama Rama, Hare
Rama
Hare.
Rama Hare Hare
Hare
Hare
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Rama Hare Rama
Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Rama
Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ah. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama,
Hari
Rama
Hari
Hare
Hari Krishna
Rama,
Hari
Rama
Krishna
Hare Hare.
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama
Hare Rama,
Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hari
Hare Rama,
Krishna
Hare Rama, Rama Hare
Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hari Krishna
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Ram, 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 Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama,
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama,
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna, Hare Krishna. Can you hear me still?
Yes.
Krishna, okay.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
What happened
Krishna,
to Lalita? She's
Hare Rama, Rama Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare
Hare
Hare, Hare
Krishna,
Rama,
Hare
Hare Rama.
Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
Rama, Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna,
Hare
Hare
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama Rama, Rama Hare.
Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare
Krishna,
Rama.
Krishna,
Rama,
Krishna.
Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Okay. Yeah. You know what? I think I'm going to. I got up extra early today. I think I'm going to rest a little bit, and then I'll come back. Plus, I'm using my own internet on the phone. Okay, Hare Krishna. See you in a little bit.
Hare Krishna, thank you.
Maybe you want. Why don't you go on and chant? Do some japa there in front of everybody. You know, Tom. Continue on. Yeah. Why don't you just do a live and do some.
I also want to read.
Or read. Yeah, go and
It's
read.
a long time ago I was reading. Okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
why don't you go live and people can watch you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. See you in a little bit. Hare Krishna.
Hare
I might
Krishna.
come back on soon. I don't know. I'll take a little nap.